know, there's not a lot of diversity when it comes to extreme sports. How do you feel about that, and how, like, I know you don't carry the torch for every black man that's the only one doing something, but then again, like, visually, that's what we see, that's what we know. Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, like, people usually hear what I do, like, oh, you're a black kid, I ride BMX from Queens, New York. And it always trips them out. But I'm, like, for me, like, I grew up riding bicycles, so it's normal to me. So when people say, I'm like, what's the big problem, you know?
Oh.
But it's like, if I take myself out of, like, myself and look at it, it's like, well, it is kind of, it's kind of unique, you know? Because if you look at action sports on TV, you see one type of people. That's all you see.
Right.
You know, and
right.
I think it's just dope that I'm here, I'm repping, and there's plenty more like me. There's Asian people, there's Spanish people, there's black people, there's people all across the board. Like, I have friends. I've made friends from bike riding, on all different backgrounds, all across the world, and it's just great that we're all here riding bikes.
How long have you been riding bikes? Like, professionally riding bikes?
Professionally, I've been riding bikes for 4 years now. Professionally.
Okay.
I got my first sponsor when I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you get into it? Because I'm sure, like, with riding bikes, you're either good or you're not. Like, no, seriously. So when did you know you was ready to be professional with it? Like, how long did it take you?
Wow, I started riding BMX. I got my first BMX bike when I was 12 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like I said, I got sponsored at 18, so I guess that's 6 years of just every day, hard work, riding. But for me, like, BMX was never the main focus. It was always the back seat to going to school, college, get out, get a degree, get a job. Like, that's my mom. Like, that was the plan for me. Okay. Nothing against that, but I had to follow my heart, and my heart was in riding bikes.
So how do you feel about, like, these young kids and your fans, and what advice do you give to them about bike riding? Like,
I give them. I don't want to give them bike riding advice. I want to give them more life advice. Okay. More like, yo, follow your dreams, follow your heart. More like cliche shit, and stick to what you do. Like, you could live your wildest dreams, do like whatever you love, and I'm a prime example of that. Like, I turned bike riding into something truly incredible. Right. You know, I have some great people around me, met some great people along the way, travel the world.
Sponsorship. Do they come to you? Have they they came to you, or do you have certain people that you were interested in as brands that you really like, that you wanted to do business with? Like, how did you get that together?
Well, for BMX riders, it kind of starts off that they gotta find you. You know, I had some, like I said, I had good people around me. I had like other friends who were pros, and just hanging around them, and they kind of put the word in for me. And that kind of started the whole thing off. Okay. And then little by little, the phone just starts ringing, and you rock out like that. Okay. It's find you. Like, if you're dope, they will find you. Because like, they obviously want some of the best dudes to like represent their brand and their program. All right. So, like, since we've been there in Queens to now, there's a whole group of young kids riding bikes now. Awesome. Which is super amazing. Because
that is amazing.
Because like, we do events in the community to give back to the people who support our shop. So kids will come out to the events and be like, wow, I never even knew about BMX. I never knew that this was like what it is. You know, and I feel like if I could keep spreading that word of what BMX really is to me, and like that whole culture, that more and more kids will like will get into it. You know, like, nothing against like football and basketball. I love those sports. Right. I play football all the time. I watch basketball. I watch football all the time. But there's other sports that's the young black people can do. Exactly. Like, we can come in and do other things like action sports, like skateboarding, like BMX, like surfing, snowboarding, all these sports, motocross, like all these things. Like, just because I feel like this, like, it isn't like those sports aren't pushed heavily where we live in New York City. Right. So someone has to do it. I'm not saying I'm gonna nominate myself to do it, but I'm gonna try my hardest. At least expose them to something that they wouldn't be exposed to. It. You know, that's a blessing right there. You listen to stuff when you ride, like. When I ride, I got my headphones in all the time. Who are you listening to? It could be a number of different things. It could be anything from Linkin Park to Jay-Z, to Drake, to Jeezy. Okay. I don't know. It's just whatever my iPod goes on, put on shuffle and let it run. Okay.
Do you wear any like, you know, protective gear when you?
Nah, I don't wear gear.
No.
It just feels natural to
fall and bust your ass and
no,
scrape
it's not
yourself.
about falling. It feels natural to be on my bike and not be restricted.
Okay.
I don't like to be restricted, but like BMX is like,
okay.
It gives me a feeling of freedom. So I like to feel as natural as possible. So I'm just tee, jeans, sneakers, maybe a hat occasionally, and then
okay.
I go rock out like that.
You're single, right?
Yeah, I'm single.
He's single.
On the market.
And he didn't say he was on the market, China. You said he was on them. He said he was single.
Okay, well then I take
Yeah,
him off the market. He's single though. Lord.
Yeah, single.
I mean, you travel a lot. And,
yeah,
I'm
on planes a lot. And females are hard.
Okay.
Women are hard.
If you was looking for someone, what type of female would you be looking for?
Yeah.
Someone very understanding. Very understanding.
Very understanding of what?
Understanding of
your lifestyle?
My lifestyle, the way I think. And
how do you think?
I'm very work oriented.
Okay.
You can respect.
Okay. You're a businessman.
Not a lot of females can understand that. It's weird because like sometimes like I always have conversation with guys that like you'll meet a girl and everything's all cool, everything's cool, yeah, I understand what you do, it's great, no problem. And then 4 or 5 months down the line, it's a different story.
Yeah. Okay. Competition.
So as far as events,
any competitions?
alright, so as far as events, well, I really don't, well, first of all, I don't ride too many competitions.
Oh, okay.
That's the one thing about BMX that's so special is that you can be successful in the sport and in the industry, and you don't have to ride or compete.
Oh, okay.
So they break down how this all works and how this works. So for the not for the longest time, but for a while now, competitions were basically based off of certain facilities that weren't accessible to kids in New York City.
Okay.
So so I'm sure you I'm not sure you know what a skate park is, like those big ramps and stuff. Well, growing up in Queens, my closest skate park was 2 hours away on the train.
Wow.
So I didn't have the access to skate parks to go ride all the time. This is where most competitions are held. So I use just my natural terrain to develop and progress myself as a bike rider.
Okay.
And like I said about the thing about BMX is that you don't have to compete actually to be successful. You can pretty much be a street rider and put out video parts. And like these video parts, you put them out maybe like once or twice a year. For example, I rap a company called Animal Bikes. So Animal Bike usually puts out a video maybe once every 2, every 3 years, whatever. And or like once a year, whatever. And these videos go out and people all across the world that into BMX watch these videos. And that's kind of like how like you're tested. It's similar to a rapper or a musician's album.
Okay.
That would be like my video part.
Oh wow.
And people are like, oh well, like you'll work your ass off for a year or a year and a half, whatever it may be, and you just grind hard and film like the best tricks you can actually film possible.
Okay.
And you put this video part out and people kind of say, well, he's dope here or he did this here or whatever, and people kind of judge. Or you can do the contest thing, which is also go, I ride contests every now and then, but there aren't too many contests like cater to just street riding. You know? But that's all changing like little.
Well, shout out your Twitter. How can people, since you're single, I know the ladies are gonna be hitting you up now.
My Twitter is I guess what is at my name, Nigel Sylvester.
Okay.
So twitter.com /Nigel Sylvester.
Okay.
All
right. Oh, wait. Is he trying to do the very? Wait. Whoa.